Hi everyone, Stitch and Drive here. We're back here today with another steering wheel tutorial. We're working on a Volkswagen Caddy and it is a rubber wheel. So this may go along for other vehicles that have rubber wheel, but know where to tuck in. So let's get going. First things we seen is there was nowhere to really tuck in, so we know we're going to have to create knots at the end of every stitch or at the end of every section. So first things first, as always, we measure the steering wheel cover, make sure it fits and whatnot, and make sure it laps and the stitching touches each other. And once that's all good, we're going to take it back off and we're going to take our double-sided tape and put it roughly into the areas that are shown in the video, but it's more or less just stick it in as much as you can anywhere. So once you have that done, peel it off and line up your steering wheel cover as we have done here. So we've done that, and as usual we're going to create a knot at the end of our thread and go through the back of the very last or first, I suppose, thread on the back of the cover, and then we're going to come out through the other side and bring our needle from the bottom up through the thread and then go straight into the first thread on the opposite side, which will be the thread closer to us, and then diagonally back across into the other thread on the back end and back and forth without skipping a thread up until you get roughly about a thread or two past that corner. That will give us a tight and fitted look and not give us any bubbles or air gaps down here. So that's what I'm doing, as you can see. Now, as there's nowhere to tuck in, you'll notice the material on the left side starts lifting, so don't worry about that just yet, but I'll tell you how to sort of fix that in the end. So once we've done our single threads to about a thread or two past that corner, we're going to go into do one, skip one threads, and we're going to do this all the way up until we get to roughly about 2 threads left on the other side, the way we have on this side, to make them match. And as you're doing this, you'll know if you're on or off or the centerpiece by the first 2 lines, whether they join or not. As you can see, they've worked for me here. So what we've done is gone back to the other side where it's 2 threads roughly around the corner, gone back into our single threads and went all the way down to the very end, as you can see here. So we've done that, went to the very last thread all stitched up, made a knot, and we burn it. I use a lighter to burn it down and keep it from undoing itself, as there's nowhere else to place it. A lighter and burning it is going to give it a flat sort of bottom to the thread. It's not really going to melt it on top of our cover. So once again, we're going to go down to the bottom part. We're going to measure this up about 2 times, like all the other videos. We're going to start with the same way we started up top, which is not skipping the thread for about 2, 3, and then going to skip one, do one, skip one, do one. And we're going to do this all the way till about the last 2 or 3 threads again. And yeah, we're going to do the exact same for the opposite side of the bottom part of the wheel. As you can see here, you may have to push the material together as you're pulling it tight with the thread to get a tighter look. So we're just doing our do one, skip one, do one, skip one here, and we're coming down to the end and we're going back into our single threads. And same again, make a knot, cut the thread, burn it down. So just make any sort of knot at the ends there. It really doesn't matter. You just want it to look tight. As you can see, I'm just half looks like I'm just making a mess, but I'm just pulling it and making it not as big as possible and making everything as tight as possible. So even though there is nowhere to tuck in, it's going to be tight enough. And if it needs to be, for the parts that are lifting up, you don't have to use the threads only given. Go through the material in and out, to the very corner of it as well, and that will pull it down and won't give you any lifts. So now I'll show you the finish, the final result, and burn all the extra thread that you have around the wheel.